cracked out and ready to roll. Good evening, everybody. This is Darth Rabbit 07 coming to you today with another quick review. Went to Walmart the other night to get some medicine for my kid, and I found slammer and I found pipes. We're hitting slammer today, guest starring pipes, for the sake of modulation or whatever in both alt mode and robot mode, since it's easy enough to. And pipes is one of my favorites. This, on the other hand, is really not my favorite. I'm in a perpetual slammer about the slammer because this guy was supposed to be cool, and this is his instructions. Being a parts former, it's already like a strike against it, kind of, sort of. And if you're into that kind of thing, this is definitely your bag of tea. But the parts forming kind of turns me away from it. Then it's the fact that like I had it all together on Artfire and it just keeps falling apart. Like whenever you get it back into its modulated pieces back here on the back, when you break it down into the itty bitty bits to go and weaponize somebody, and Wheeljack's the study there, it just has trouble staying on. And I want to love this guy so much more because he's like the last of the weaponizers from the War for Cybertron trilogy. If it's something you like to do and you can mod it, then cool, but mine it's in pieces, guys. It's just always in pieces. And there's pipes there looking on, and this thing, like for instance, doesn't want to stay together. Now it's on video, it's going to stay together, but like it's supposed to got a clamp right there, and it falls apart so super duper easy. And I thought I lost this piece a while ago, which is integral to doing the whole chainsaw, I guess, the Doom thing. And then so you can weaponize stuff up like this. Give me just a second. In 3, 2, 1. And while you can weaponize pipes or whoever up into a rolling thunder of doom, plunder, boom, boom, bang, bang, whatever you want to call it, these things just doesn't really stay pegged in all that good that well, and it's so aggravating. This is a weaponizer, and it should be ready to go weaponized. Anything, you should be able to take this and plug it up at however you see fit and let it be. But I've found this is not the case. Like with my Artfire, just kept on popping off and what have you. Let me see if I can get this guy back into tank mode in 3, 2, 1, and here is Slammer in his tank mode. And it took me a little bit I had to like get the stuff tabbed in just right down in there for everything to sit just right. And it looks sharp as a tank, I'll give it that. And it's got a little bit of hollowness right here in the back or whatever, but I mean, it's not perfect being a modulator. And you got all the accompanying portholes. If you want to weaponize this up, you can also do that as well. The blast effects work is just as good, and it's got a really pretty tempo of an Autobot symbol right there. And it's going to look nice. I want to do a whole separate thing with Metroplex whenever I get around to getting the rest of that set up downstairs. And anyway, it only goes up due to the transformation or whatnot. You can get it up even higher by rocking it on back, so you can have him running around like this and poo poo bang bang, poo poo bang bang. But anyway, this is his default, I guess, tank mode. Boom, and he can only go upward with it. And this again is where I complain, is that this thing does not like to stay together. You can see it just jiggling around. These pegs are not like, it's just too easy to get off. And anyway, here's good comparisons with his casemate. And 3, 2, 1, and there's Slammer and pipes together. Two birds of a feather in the same wave, front and back. And see, this is the other thing that bugs me about pipes, is it's got some gappage there, but this is not about him. It's just guest starring. And you got your port side and your forward views again. We'll get them converted into robot mode in 3, 2, 1, and here is Slammer in his robot mode. And I really want to like this guy, and I like the colorations that he's got going on there, the off-white with the white and the little tank turret there, and you can see pieces back together back here. That thing rolls pretty good on mine, and I don't know, and he's got the ankle rockers and other articulation you have with these guys and what have you. He can kind of get some look up that way and like a little bit downward, and he's got a little bit of attitude. But I mean, for a weaponizer, I'm kind of over the weaponizer craze, and this is kind of nice. They did still do this because it goes with Metroplex, and that's where I'll put him in. Like, I'll do an update and addendum with Metroplex later with him and 6 gun. But as far as a standalone. You're not getting anything here special, super home to write about. The stuff just it doesn't really stay pegged in at all. It just kind of falls out on my copy, and maybe other copies are better than mine. I don't know. I hope so and pray so, but like even like the ankle rocker is a little floppy on this. I mean, and what have you. And he's got the waist articulation and all that, and kind of, I don't know. It's just kind of a big letdown for the weaponizers that I know of, unless they repaint this guy and release it as another Power Dasher or something kind of crazy like that. But or we'll see. But it's just, even this kind of just flops in the wind. Maybe I don't have something locked into place in the transformation, but I mean, it's just a floppy, unpegging mess that I just don't really care for. And you will lose this bit if you don't get it to some point here, and it's just an aggravation. I mean, I really do wish this was better. I wish I could highly recommend it, but I can't. It's just only for the completionist and or the people like me that want to have Metroplex to be complete. And now he's complete with this. So here's some comparisons real quick in 3, 2, 1, and there he is with casemate pipes. And next one, 3, 2, 1, and there's Voyager class Artfire joining the party, and that's all I really want to do with that. We got the earlier shot of Super Art Convoy all decked up. I'm going to give a part shot with Slammer and pipes combined, and 3, 2, 1. And when it's all said and done, guys, it's just kind of a bit of a crazy peg together. I mean, it's probably fall apart even with me turning it. It's just, it is what it is. It's limited. It's got its limitations, but I mean, you can weaponize up the other deluxes and whatnot and make them look really kind of crazy. But they only did this like one time in the show, and then it was just like an afterthought. So like most of everything else with the weaponizers is another afterthought, and they got Slammer into it, so we got it from Metroplex, and that's about the only way I can recommend it myself personally. Everything is just really loosey-goosey and not that enjoyable. I mean, this took a lot of work to get into this little configuration here, and I figured that the initial combat ports of the combat system was to be plug and play and be fun or whatever. And while the pose may look kind of cool, it was a lot of work to get it here, and it kind of looks like it fits him because it's got the white that is in there. But anyway, that's going to about do it for the Slammer guest starring pipes quick review. Make sure to smash that like button, share this video, and help my channel grow. Help me get this thing going, guys. Really do appreciate all those that have joined. Thank you again so very much. You guys rock. Until all are one, y'all have an excellent, safe week out there and a happy new year. Take care.